Hello, I'm Susan Templeman, the member for Macquarie. I'm going to ask the teachers in the room who teach in Blue Mountain schools and in Hawkesbury schools to stand up, please. Even if you're on long service leave at the moment. Now what I want to ask is teachers who don't teach in Hawkesbury or Blue Mountain schools but who live in the Blue Mountains to stand up. And that includes the Winmalee people I can see. Wonderful to have Winmalee public students here. Now look around the room. Is it any wonder that I'm passionate about Gonski and passionate as my community is that we get the right result? You can thank me for the stretch later. And the rest of you should move to the Hawkesbury or the Blue Mountains. Tanya Plibersek is sick of me saying, and in fact she finishes my sentence when I say, well, remember, in my part of the world, we have a higher concentration of teachers than anywhere else in the country. And it's great to have got that message through to our wonderful leadership team. From day one as president of Winmalee High School P&C, that was what I was doing when Gonski was first invented. I could see that this was the thing we needed to change the problem we've faced for decades when we've tried to tackle school funding inequality. It was needs-based, well, that has to be the case, and it was sector-blind. And when you have a community where people teach not just in the public schools, but we have teachers working in the Catholic system, we have them working in the independent system, and every one of them wants the best, not just for their own children, but for the kids that they're teaching. So the 51 public schools, of course, in my electorate are going to be among the hardest hit with the lessening of funding, and it's around $12 million. So even though the volume isn't as much as it might be for some other electorates, because we know the difference it will make right across Western Sydney, there is a huge amount of energy in Macquarie to help fight this. Look, I'll endorse everything that Chris has said, Emma, all the speakers before me, and I'm sure my colleague Trish Doyle is going to have some wise words too. I would encourage you in the mountains, even if you're teaching in another school, please copy me on your emails to the senators who will decide the future of this legislation. It is crucial that we get the right result this time, or as Ed says, generations will suffer. I'm going to leave you with a quote from one of the Catholic school principals that I've spoken to in the last week. I've spoken to public school principals and Catholic school principals. And he said, look, we think we'll be okay. That was his comment. My school will be okay. He lives in the mountains, by the way. Until every child, though, in every school gets a fair deal, it's just not on. So I urge you to help your school communities to send a message to the crossbenchers. It's simple. It's a 3-word slogan. It's not on.